Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Little Right Wrong, C&M News. I am Corey Dean, your host, and I am glad that you're here today, as I am always. So, I hope you're having a great day. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. And the topic that I'm going to talk about is probably not the rejoicing type of topic, but um, it is something that is maybe this topic in particular is not on the forefront of everybody's minds, but I do know that people are thinking that there is some type of societal shift, some type of societal change that is occurring around the world, and it doesn't appear as though this is for the better. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that. And before I do, just want to mention my only sponsor, and that is Darn Good Goat Soap, darngoodgoatsoap.com. If you haven't tried a bar of Darn Good Goat Soap, I highly suggest that you do so. It's made with all natural ingredients, shea butter, coconut, just the finest of ingredients. And there's goat's milk, an ounce in every bar. And goat's milk is pH balanced, almost identical to your skin, which makes this an amazing skin hydrator. You'll probably be able to get rid of some of your lotions. If you have problems with eczema, skin psoriasis, this has been known to help. No guarantees in life, but it's been known to help. Goat's milk itself is a natural dehydrator. And so I encourage you to get a bar. Darn Good Goat Soap. Darngoodgoatsoap.com. Try one. All right. I told you I was going to talk about what is the headline of today. And the headline of today is that Europe is preparing for World War III. Germany has announced that they plan to mobilize a national defense of 800,000 NATO troops after the Kremlin's nuke threat. And so what's happening though is we start to stage, and as people start to stage, then the counter becomes greater too. And so as US announces the new weapon Kiev can use to stop Russia after long-range missile strikes, after allowing the long-range missile strikes. And I don't know about you, but me and my family have been preparing for war for quite some time. And uh, and what does that look like to you? Here's what I can tell you. If you haven't been preparing for war and you're just now thinking about that, hey, maybe I should start preparing for war, that's going to look a lot different than the person like me and my family who've been seeing this social chaos and conflict for the last decade. We've been preparing for a long time. And for a substantial portion of that, we were made to feel like nuts just a little bit. Um, but we could start to see, scripturally speaking, that things weren't getting better. Scripturally speaking, that mankind was continually walking away from God. I can tell you here in the United States of America, scripturally speaking, the churches have turned grace into the item that we use not to worship God. We have forsaken and given up um, any of the old law and what it stands for and what we are supposed to stand for in terms of it and as a church. And so we've seen the decay of society, not just in the United States, the decay of the society across the whole world, not just the Western world. And so when powers and principalities you're playing against, they don't have any deference to whether you're a third world country or whether you're a first world country. The aim is to destroy the world and take as many souls as I possibly can from the hands of Christ. And so Satan is busy all around us. And so our family's been preparing for war for a long time. Um, and I really, boy, I almost don't even know where to start to tell you to prepare if you haven't been prepared. Water supply, a bug out bag, some type of a bug out bag if something happens, that you have a consolidated area where supplies are at that you can grab and go in a heartbeat. Our house, we have two bug out bags. One bug out bag is purely just a bug out bag, ammo, food, water, a change of clothing, and a change of socks for the entire family. Stupid little things like that that you'd never even think of, that will come in and change your whole world if your whole world changes. So, and the other bug out bag is strictly medicine. We have medicines and we have medical supplies, all kinds. Far beyond what I would normally use in my household setting. My medical bag, although I take it on camping trips, is designed and made for if the medical society is no longer available. And so areas that you could focus in your household, excuse me, would be just to consolidate these items, bring these items together. If you know where, if you got some medicines over here and you got some band-aids over here, start to bring these things together in a consolidated area. A duffel bag, a small carry bag, a piece of Tupperware, whatever you can find that's going to hold your items, that's going to be easy to grab and go. You want things in an emergency situation that doesn't take you more than 30 to 45 seconds to yank it, and you're already on your way. And the more time you have and the more control over the time you have, the better off you are going to be. So, war. It's not far off the borders of Russia, and as you can see, there are NATO members, Norway, Sweden, Finland. These countries are actually sending emails, sending text, sending physical letters to the residents of their countries to prepare for World War III. They're telling these people what they need to do because of what's on the horizon, what their government officials on the horizon are saying. In the United States, our government officials are not saying anything. And folks, I would tell you to prepare today because there are ominous signs upon the horizon. And I truly believe that this will be a war that will not escape our shores. We have had such border problems. We have had such political unrest. The two parties not getting along has done nothing but damage our country and left our porous borders open to the powers that be. And I think that when all hell breaks loose, that we'll be a part of that. And we have such a fragile infrastructure that the um, simplest things in that we take for granted, water and electricity and food, are going to become scarce resources. And it worries me for where we're at as America, but prepare. Start to do something now. Doing something now is better than doing nothing. And so take steps as you move forward to correct, to prepare, man. That's all I can say is just prepare. So the Lord is a sovereign God, and He knows, and He is always in charge. Okay, um, we worship in our hearts a different leader, and so we will get up and we will fight and we will walk and we will run and we will not grow weary. Um, uh, because we worship that leader. So that does not mean that bad things are not going to happen. And it does not mean that people out there are not telling you about the bad things that are going to happen. And so take this heed. I truly believe that we are headed towards World War III. Other countries say that we're headed towards World War III, so we can't get out of it. So, as an American, as a proud American, I encourage you to be prepared. Be prepared so that your home can be prepared to take in some of those that may not be prepared. Might be a great time to love on people, but it is going to be a difficult time. So know who your friends are. Keep them close. Know who your enemies are. Keep them closer. Until next time, peace, y'all.